Hey Innovator, have you ever wondered if you're interviewing the right people and asking them the right questions? Today I'm going to show you an accelerated interview technique that uses 3 magic questions to identify your hot core superfans and deliver the insights you need to build an innovative hit. How many times have you heard, you gotta talk to your customers? Yeah. We know, I know, you know. But it gets confusing. There's so many different ways to do customer interviews. You can meet in person, or chat by phone, or video chat online, or approach them in a mall or a coffee shop. You can talk to them solo, one-on-one, or in pairs, or in groups. Your interview can be tightly scripted or set up as a free-form discussion. Any of these techniques can be useful so long as you're interviewing the right people. In part 1 of this series, I showed you how to write and run a superfan screener to attract the right early customers and filter out the rest. So, once you found them, how do you talk to them? What's the best way to quickly get value from your customer interviews? One great way to get started is to schedule a series of short, revealing micro conversations I call speed interviews. Just like speed dating, these interviews help you find the right people to follow up with. To run speed interviews, you need a filtered list of potential superfans. You can use the superfan screener process I described in video 1 if you want, or if you already have that list at hand, great, just use that. Now, invite your potential superfans to a brief screening interview and let them know the purpose of the conversation is to better understand their experience and to choose a handful of subjects for an upcoming playtest. Now, this turns out to be a genius way to attract high-need early adopters and repel the people who are primarily motivated by money. Turns out that true superfans will be eager to do these interviews. Sure, they appreciate the money, but what really excites them is the chance to share their opinion and be heard. And anyone who's looking for quick money usually thinks a screening interview is too much work. So this one technique can save you boatloads of time. You're welcome. Once you've scheduled your speed interviews, you need to decide what questions to ask. After much trial and error, I've discovered 3 questions that surface your hot core superfans in just 5 or 10 minutes. And even better, the answers you collect are going to help you design the right product. Let's dive in. Question 1, day in the life. I want you to kick off each interview by asking the person to walk you through the parts of their day that are relevant to your product idea. Actions speak louder than words. That's why this question is so powerful and useful. In your interview, the question might go something like this. Walk us through your typical day. How does relevant activity fit into your day? For example, when we were interviewing people for the mental health app Happify, we'd say something like, walk us through your day, particularly those moments when you feel down or blue or really tired. How do you respond? What do you do to distract yourself or lift your mood or help yourself feel better? Question 2. What's working with your current approach? This question helps you assess the strength and urgency of their unmet needs. Is there a pain point in their lives right now? Encourage them to tell you what they're currently doing to address that pain point, to meet those needs, and how it's working out. So your version of this question might go something like this. What have you already tried or you're trying to address this problem or issue? What's working best for you right now? For Happify, the mental health app, we'd ask something like, of everything you've tried to lift your mood, what's working best for you right now? What do you stick with or wish you could stick with? Question 3, what could be better? This is a great way to end your speed interview. This question lets you assess that person's appetite for improvement and change. Ask them, what could be better about your experience? What would you change? Their answer is going to let you know if that person's imaginative, if they volunteer new ideas. This question is a goldmine for surfacing your superfans because not everyone thinks this way. Some people accept things as they are, and they don't imagine how it could be better. That's not what you want for your early playtests. So in your script, this question might look something like, what could be better about your experience? If you could wave a magic wand, what would you change? For Happify, we'd ask, how could your current mood-lifting solutions be better? If you were in charge, what would you change or create about the apps and programs that you're currently using? Once you've got your 3 magic questions written, run a handful of speed interviews with your potential superfans. Then pause, reassess your script, look at the data, and then run a dozen more. The patterns you'll surface from 20 or so 5-minute interviews will be far more useful and actionable to you than doing 3 or 4 deep dive ones, and may take approximately the same amount of time. So go ahead and try out these 3 magic questions for yourself. Write your script with the guidelines I just gave you, and then do some speed interviews for your project and see what happens. In the next video of this series, I'm going to show you how to turn the results of your speed interviews into design-ready job stories that'll help you and your team know what to build. Stay tuned, and thanks for spending time with me today. I'll see you right here next week in the next video. Here's to your success.